Hi, everyone. My name is Lena, and this is Sarit. And together we started this channel called 9 till 5 Spirituality. So our passion is to bridge the gap between spiritual and corporate worlds, or rather how to integrate our spiritual part of our sides into our professional side. And the reason for that is both of us come from a strong corporate background. And over the years, we have kind of witnessed how so many external changes have been done to our workplaces. But a lot of the issues that we've been trying to address for a long time are still not being resolved. And I personally feel that the only way to address those is through self-understanding and through self-knowledge, which to me, what spirituality all about. Just want to introduce myself briefly, and then I pass over to Sarit. So as I've mentioned, my name is Lena. I currently live in UK, but if you're British, you might have guessed I'm not British. I was born and raised in Russia. And when I was 13, we moved to Israel. And I spent about a year in Israel, then we came to South Africa, where I finished my school and my degree. And I started my working career before relocating to UK in 2004. I've spent about probably 15 so years in a corporate arena. My background is computer science. I have a degree in computer science. And even though I had a really successful career, I was a contractor, I was making six figures. Both of the kids were in private schools. We had incredible holidays and lifestyle. I felt like something was missing. And I remember thinking, maybe I should start personal training because I was big into my running and my exercising. Maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that. But firstly, I wasn't really sure what exactly I was meant to do with my life. But the biggest thing, really, I didn't know how I could make any changes, because with private schooling and a mortgage and all the other bills to pay, I just did not see a way out. And that made me, I don't know, almost like suffocated. And fast forward to 2018, or go back to 2018, depending how you look at it, I was working at a job which required me to drive every day for about 2.5 hours each way. And I got to the stage where I would sit in a car and the music would irritate me. There was so much traffic and I was just miserable. And then one day I opened the YouTube and I pushed the play button on the video, and that's when my life changed. So the person I heard speaking was Dr. Joe Dispenza. He's a neuroscientist who bridges the scientific and spiritual worlds together. And his message about how powerful we really are to create the life that we desire, and only our limitations that are keeping us stuck, has resonated with me on such deep level that by the time I got to the office, I downloaded all his books on Audible. I've got all his meditations. I came home that night, and it was the first time I actually sat down to meditate. I tried before, but it just didn't work out. And since then, like literally everything started unraveling. He then came to UK. I went to his advanced workshop for 7 days. And by the end of the workshop, I knew that I won't be able to carry on with this kind of life I've created for much longer. So now in 2023, my life is nothing like how it used to be. There were many, many changes that happened. And I went really on this journey of self-discovery, on a spiritual journey, trying to understand who I really am. And now my passion is to speak. I speak at events, at summits. Most of them are corporates, and my message, well, I mean, if you subscribe and listen to our channel, you'll probably understand what my message is, but it always comes to self-understanding and self-awareness, and how this knowledge can really help us to create a life that we always knew that is meant for us. So I'm going to pass you over to Sarit now, who'll introduce herself.
Thank you. So my name is Sarit I. I am from Israel, but I did not meet Lena when she was living here. We met way after. I was a co-founder and a CEO of a high-tech company. I drove the company. I've been with the company for over 20 years, and 10 years of them, I was the CEO. I did multiple customer-facing roles within the company, from customer success to marketing to sales to professional services. My passion was always dreams, and I believe in people's dream. This is probably why I became a co-founder and supported our own company and dreams. But all through my journey as a CEO, I was always about humans and people connection, which led me to my spiritual journey, where I try to make sense of us as humans, understand how the world operates, understand how we create our lives. I have multiply teaching I went through, from Eckhart Tolle to Ra, the law of one, to yoga, to Sanskrit, to you name it. So I've got a lot of knowledge. And in my next stage in life, after I decided it's time for a new thing, and I decided that because I think I'm going to say a word that it's widely used. And if you are in the corporate world, I think no meeting is going to start without it, which is the adaptation of AI. The adaptation and, I don't know, the landing of AI in our day-to-day. And I'm currently opening a new company. I'm an AI business consultant. And I believe that AI gives us an opportunity to meet more people and to get them connected to spirituality. Spirituality is not a race, it's a connection. And we need more people to be connected to spirituality and understand at least how the laws of the universe operates. And I'll tell you exactly why it meets AI, because for the first time in human history, we have a technology that can create thoughts. And spirituality is currently the only teaching that you are not actually subscribing yourself to a doctor, that actually deal with what we call thoughts and how we are creating our world, our environment, our quality in life. And I think AI gives us an opportunity to understand our thoughts and how we create love. I don't think AI is going to control us, but I do believe it gives the opportunity for human to evolve to the next stage. And it's been long coming, and I want to help humanity in this journey. And I want to do it in the corporate world, because as Lena said, I believe we need to get to more people. People that currently are in the corporate world are less adoptive or open to spirituality. Probably the first one that are going to join our channel, maybe read a book and connected and found yourself somewhere here, but we're going to help you extend it a little bit, see how that create your reality. And at least we're going to open the conversation that we hope that are going to open something in you, some kind of curiosity to the world of spirituality. So I think, Lena, a good place to start is explaining how we both see or what spirituality means for us.
Yeah, and it's interesting. I was speaking to someone just today, and he said, what exactly do you mean by spirituality? And I get asked this question a lot. And I think we all have our own definition of what that means. I mean, I'll have a definition that's different from Sarit, and it's not that I don't agree with hers, it's just the way we describe it is different, and you may have something completely different. For me, I think like two really major aspects of spirituality. One is when at some stage in our lives, we get to a place where we realize that nothing external can really make us truly happy. All of this attention on, when I get this job, when I have this relationship, when I have this and this and that, then I will be fulfilled, is complete bollocks. And that's when we get to this place and we begin to realize that there is something within us we've got to find ourselves. So that's kind of I guess, the basics of spirituality, when you try to understand your true nature and how to fulfill yourself just through that beingness, through being you, without involving anything or anybody external to you. And then, of course, it's understanding why we behave and we act the way they do, by taking control and responsibility of our own emotions. So, often we react in certain situations, or we behave the way we do, and even though we realize that what we're doing actually isn't right or isn't even what we want to do, but we like self-sabotage, we feel helpless to change that. So understanding that and starting kind of recognize that, hang on a second, nobody outside of me is responsible for how I feel and for how I act and behave. It's all on me, and beginning to take responsibility and start creating the reality that is actually in alignment with our true nature, that's for me is true spirituality.
Thank you. And for me, spirituality is all about flexing in your mind, your perspective on how you see life. I really think that, yes, it's in the center. It is a self-discovery process. But for me, I believe in magic, always did from a small girl, always believed in human beings and human connection. And I always thrive on connection with people. And spirituality flexing in my mind. Why? Because it enables me to show the beauty in human connection, able me to see the beauty almost in anything in nature and anything in regards to human beings. Yes, it helped me understand me better, but it really, really helped me to understand how my mind was limiting me, how I was like holding big ideas that I never came to that understanding by my own. I got it from society, I got it from culture, I got it from big ideas, that what we would call mental concept or imaginative ideas, because they don't really exist. And once I understood that concept, that thought are not something that are defined, wow, the world and a new magic to see the world, to see people, to see myself, to see myself with other people. And that was like magic. And I'm very excited to share that magic. I drive my close friends very crazy all the time, because I think everybody should see the beauty that I'm currently seeing. But for me, it's all about magic. It's understanding that things and walls we built for ourselves actually hold the key, and we can open the door, and there is nothing limiting us but us alone. And that is a magic, and I want to help you see that magic as well.
Yeah, as I said, I mean, you guys will hear so many, well, both of us will have very different approaches, and I guess the way we describe the same concept very differently. And our really idea is not to be right or wrong, or to kind of even force our point of view, or to look for any kind of approval, validation, but we just want to share what we feel is true in our hearts, and everything we'll be sharing with you, it's the journey we walked. So it's not something we've read about. Even both of us have studied with like some incredible spiritual leaders in this world, but we want to make it practical. We want to make it grounding. So we want to make it so that it kind of lands and it's really easily understood. And as I said, it's not something we've read about. It's both of us have experienced this before. And we've got, sorry, go on.
I wanted to add one thing, that the beauty in spirituality is that there is, as Lena said, no right and wrong, and you are your own guru. So what we're going to talk about is concept, ideas, provide tips that you probably wouldn't hear from anybody else. Around day-to-day challenges or circumstances you have with your working environment, but spirituality is all about you. The basic rule in spirituality is what resonates with you. So whatever we're going to say, you will probably find something flexible around the tips that we gave you, and you will make it your own. That I think is the best thing about spirituality, is creativity, and gives you freedom, and it's your own to do whatever you want to do with that knowledge and information.
Yeah, absolutely. We just want to kind of inspire you, or just make you realize that you have everything within you. And I'm not saying you don't need anybody else's kind of feedback or perception, but all of the answers you are seeking truly within you. And we will be having, different conversations here, like on imposter syndrome, falling in love with making mistakes, my favorites. We kind of already have a list of things you want to talk about. And what I also thought, Sarit, and I haven't even told you about it, but I'm sharing it with you right now. We may even have like some teachings, right? So, I mean, I really want to teach people how to use this imagination process that has completely changed my life. And I was literally able to create most wild things I never imagined. So I would love to have a session on that. We're also going to talk about human design, and human design is something really close to my heart, because it's changed my whole life when I come across that. So it's going to be, we're going to have some guests on the show, and we want as much interaction, involvement, or we would like as much interaction, involvement from you guys if that content resonates, then of course, then subscribe, like, share, leave your feedback, what topics you want us to talk about, what are the challenges you're going through. If you want to share your personal story because you feel like it can benefit others, then by all means, get in touch with us.
So we want you to talk to us. We wanted to share, to create a mind like people that understand that humanity needs to evolve, and it's time for organizations to get to the next level and understand spirituality. And for people that already are spiritual, we were going to help them integrate their lives. So I think, Lena, it's time that we will end this video and we'll go to the next one.
Yeah, exactly. So welcome again. And
Join us.
If this so far resonates, then subscribe and stay tuned for more content to come. Bye.